Most people don't fail with shrimp because they're difficult. They fail because they skip a step. Neocaridina and Caridina behave almost identically, but one will forgive you for your mistakes, the other not so much. So the real question isn't which shrimp is better, it's which one makes sense for where you are right now. Neocaridina and Caridina aren't opposites, they're cousins. Behaviour-wise, they're almost identical. They graze in the same way, react to food the same way, and interact with their environment in very similar ways. The difference isn't how they act, it's how much they tolerate. That's why Neocaridina are so well suited to newer shrimp keepers. They let you learn how shrimp actually work, how they molt, feed, breed, and respond to change, without being punished for every small mistake. For most people, Neocaridina are a necessary step, not because Caridina are impossible, but because shrimp keeping itself has a learning curve. Water is where most people go wrong, usually without realising it. Neocaridina are more comfortable in neutral parameters. However, they will be able to adapt to slightly acidic or slightly alkaline water, so these guys are much more adaptable. Because of that adaptability and that favour of more neutral, for most people tap water works just fine. Caridina, on the other hand, they prefer softer, more acidic water, and usually the best way to achieve this, the best practice, is with reverse osmosis water, remineralised, and then paired with a good active substrate. Yes, GH, KH, pH, they all matter. Neos tolerate higher GH and KH, Caridina want next to no KH and a controlled GH. But the real difference isn't memorising all these numbers and getting these absolutely down to the mark. It's understanding which shrimp tolerates change and which doesn't. Setup-wise, Neocaridina are forgiving. An inert substrate, sponge filter, plants, and they'll usually thrive. You don't really need much more than that. Caridina need more intention. You need active substrate, and the way you do your water changes, depending on the method you follow, will be quite different to Neocaridina's in most cases. If they are similar, they'll be much more controlled. Once a Caridina tank is settled, there's way less interference. None of these things make Caridina hard, it just means they punish inconsistency. Caridina have a reputation for being difficult, and honestly, that reputation, in my opinion, it's exaggerated. The phase that needs the most attention is the initial setup. Once the tank is stable, Caridina are actually very consistent shrimp. The jump from Neocaridina can feel overwhelming, quite daunting. There's a lot of information, or what seems like a lot of information. When we're looking at RO water, remineralizing, active substrates, it just does look like a lot at first. But once you understand why you're doing those things, it becomes routine super quick. The learning curve is steeper, not longer. Neocaridina breed fairly quick. If you mix colours, you will see wild types appear over time, but if you're not chasing specific lines or trying to make higher grades of those colours you're keeping, then it doesn't really matter. Caridinas can sometimes maybe be a little bit trickier to breed, sometimes a bit slower, but they hold patterns more reliably, have these awesome colours, and there's just a lot more variation to how many Caridina types there are out there. And that's why collectors are drawn to them. I keep Neocardinas because that's where my journey started. And for most shrimp keepers, that's where their journey starts too. Sometimes rarer isn't better, and it's still good to keep the originals around to remind you of where you came from, the start of your journey, and that there is still beauty in simplicity. I enjoy Caridina for a different reason. It's the patterns, the colours, the unpredictableness of what you're going to get in the next generation. You never fully know what you're going to end up with, and that surprise is addictive. They are less forgiving, that's 100% true, but the sheer range of colour and pattern is something Neocaridina can't offer in the same way. There's something Caridina possess that Neocaridina just can't quite satisfy. That doesn't mean that one is better than the other. It just means that they scratch a different itch. If this video has helped you decide which way you're going to go, let me know in the comments. Are you going Neocaridina or Caridina? If you enjoyed the video, if you did learn something, if it has helped you figure out which way you are going to go, then please don't forget to hit subscribe. And if you were hoping for more of a deep dive or a bit of a species spotlight on Caridinas and Neocaridinas, those videos will be coming up on the channel in the future. So stick around, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.